Hello, everyone. This is the Anna Linzie Show. I am so appreciative of you tuning in today. We have a special guest. I have a special guest, a person I've known most of my life, and I'm super excited that he is here. His name is Robert Goldman. Robert, you are here with us today. Thank you so much.
Hey, how you doing? I'm good. I'm excited to be here.
Welcome to the show, Robert.
Thank you. Thank you for the invite. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. And I am excited because you have a story to tell us, and we're going to get to that. I really appreciate that. Hey, other people may not know, but you and I know we grew up together. We've known each other most of our lives.
Many years.
Columbia, Missouri.
Small town called Como. That's where we go.
Oh, Mizzou Tiger. Let's go.
Yes.
Hey, I know you, growing up, I know you as an athlete. I know you as a singer. We don't want to forget that. I know you're amazing, especially with the talent shows when we were younger.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you still sing?
Yeah, I still do. I've been doing funerals for my family. I guess I'm the family singer at funerals, because even when I just go to the funeral just to participate, and show my respects, I end up in the program somehow. Sometimes I'm notified and sometimes I'm not, but nevertheless, I still give them my all, and everybody's always been appreciative of what I present to them, and family love it. Family is everything, and whatever I can do for my family, I do it,
So tell me, Robert, I've never asked you, when did you know that you had the gift to sing? Because your voice was amazing. Again, everyone from Columbia we all enjoyed you guys in the talent shows and all the other things that we had going on in our community. When did you know that you can sing?
Yeah, it all started, everybody knew the steps of Douglas Park, hanging out with Little George, Randy Carter, the rest of the Carter boys, Keithy Hackey, and all us, we all used to sit down there, drink our little beer and whatever else we used to do. And we all start harmonizing, start singing, and everybody just starts singing. And then, the people that really knew how to sing, they kind of work with you on how to carry a tune, I'm blessed that these guys took me on and they showed me some things that, they always said I had a good voice, but I just didn't have the control. So they showed me how to control it. And since then, I've just been moving on, I've sung at a wedding at the University of Missouri Newman Center for a friend of mine when I worked at a place called Woodhaven Learning Center. A young lady named Renee Clark got married, and we used to do talent shows at Woodhaven too. And I sung at a talent show there, and that's where she was like, "Oh wow, you have to sing at my wedding."
I didn't know that they did talent shows at Woodhaven.
Yeah, and it was real cool because the lady that she hooked me up with to do my music was a guy that I played football with in high school named Kelly Dunkley. It was his mother. So she played my music. So I had to go to her house and rehearse. And she said, I was so excited when I heard your name, but I never heard you sing. So we rehearsed, and she played for me. And I sung at the wedding, and everybody was pleased. It was a lot of people there. I mean, a lot of people. If you ever been into the Newman Center at University of Missouri, it's a very big place. And it was filled. And I was kind of nervous at first, but then, I just asked the Lord just to lead me, guide me. And it worked, because everybody was pleased at the end of the wedding. So I appreciate Renee for allowing me to be a part of her wedding and inviting me to sing in front of her family. Her mom was really pleased. She gave me a big hug and started crying, and that really touched my heart, so.
Shout out for sure.
Yeah.
I've always enjoyed your voice. I mean, I really have. And
thank you.
You know that already.
Thank you.
Let's talk about those C boys.
Oh yeah, the CDES, BOYS, Cool Brothers of Young Success. We came together as the
Mhm.
choir boys, from St. Luke, everybody came, we the choir boys at first, but then we decided to change something different because we was trying to help the youth in the
Okay.
community. So we was trying to be positive role models for the youth. So we had
Mhm.
to change our name to something cool. The youth don't want to hear us as choir boys. They want to hear something real cool. So we decided to C-Boys, the Cool Brothers of Young Success, was the name that we give ourselves because we felt
Okay.
like we were young, successful Black men in a community trying to make a difference for the young youth that was growing up, and that was our goal every day, and that's what we strive for. So,
Oh,
but
I
we
didn't.
became a very large group, and right now today we're all still the best of friends. We communicate daily. We say good morning on the thread, on our phones. We message one another good morning. We're in a group. So, this is something where we continue on every day. We don't miss the morning telling one another good morning.
Wow, I didn't know that. And I did
Yeah.
not know you guys changed your name to that because
Yeah,
remember us being in church
yeah,
and
St. Luke,
choir,
yeah,
the choir boy deal. I mean, those
yeah,
are lifetime memories that
oh
have
yeah,
made who we are
oh,
today.
yeah.
So yeah,
We
that's great.
we even had a song called "Steve was a cool." Yeah,
That
yeah.
that is awesome because I didn't know that you guys changed that to transition to mentor young
Yeah.
men
Oh
and
yeah.
witness for young men. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, you are a father. How many children do you have?
I have 5 kids. I have 4 boys and 1 daughter. Poor little girl.
How old is she?
You had to be around all them boys.
How
She's
old
7.
is she?
She's
7?
7 years old. She'll be 8 this year.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. I think I seen the
She was
last
my,
seen
she was my miracle baby.
early. Tell me, why do you say that?
Because the young lady that I met,
Mhm.
she never thought she could have kids, and
Mhm.
behold, here she is. That's we call her our miracle child. So
You know, I don't know if well, you probably didn't know because I have never said it. I too was told I would never have kids.
right.
So
So
I get that 100%. And
right.
they become miracle babies. All of mine, I consider my miracle babies too.
Oh yeah. It's a blessing. At my age, I didn't really want any more.
Uh-huh.
But when you think of the blessing of bringing a child in the world, and you're gonna support it as much
Mhm.
as long as you can. It's a blessing.
The
It's a
last time I seen
blessing.
the last time I seen her, she was adorable. I mean, just cute. So I am going to hopefully send me some pictures because I know she's
Yeah.
even today at
She's
7.
a little grown right now.
And
The,
that
the
girl.
kids got that IDK. I don't know where they get it from, but when you ask them some IDK, what are you talking about IDK? They say I don't know.
I don't know. And I'm sure you have her right. And the boys having all that protection there. That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Hey, I know you too, as I said before, as an athlete. I know that you attended college. Where did you go to
Yeah.
school?
I went to Northwest Missouri State University. I came out of Hickman High School. I got a full ride scholarship to play football.
Did you?
Northwest Missouri State. Signed with them. Had several offers, and kind of was a bad boy in high school. Had a offer to Illinois. They wanted to send me to the University of DePace Junior College. Had a letter of intent letter from Mizzou.
Okay.
Growing up, not being financially advanced, as you say. It was coming up with a single mother. My dad was there, but he was raising 2 families, and his income wasn't as powerful as it should be with 2 families. So I couldn't rely on my mom to pay for my college, so I had to figure out a way on my own. And I used my athletic ability to pay my way through school. So that's how I was able to attend school, by my athletic ability on how to play football and being really good at it. While attending Northwest Missouri State University, I was awarded the most valuable freshman on and off the field, which was rewarding. So that was a positive thing. And then
That's
in 2017, I was invited back up. The 1984 football team was invited to the M Club Hall of Fame. So I'm a
oh,
Hall of Famer as well at Northwest Missouri State University.
that's cool. So your picture's hanging on the wall.
Yeah, it's a group picture of the football team, but I'm there.
Great, great. I did not know that. I mean, it takes a lot of discipline. So how did you find that discipline in such a hard or, challenging upcoming, because there was challenges in getting money, and supporting yourself and staying disciplined, focused. So what do you think? How did you do it?
There was a guy, a good friend of mine, he passed away last month. He was like my mentor on the field. When I first came in as a freshman, he and I got into it in the locker room. So he threw my pass, I threw his, but he's a big inspiration to me. And he pretty much took me up on his wing, and he told me one thing he's going to do was make me strong. And so he introduced me, coming from Columbia Hickman back in the day. We had the machine weights. We didn't have the free weights like all the other big schools around the United States. But, coming from Columbia Hickman, he introduced me to some real weightlifting. And since then, I never stopped, and I gave it all to Tony Floyd. He was like my mentor. He introduced me to weightlifting. He encouraged me every day. And right now today, at age 58 years old, I'm still involved. Living the legacy that he started for me,
So mentorship is dear. And I know taking that on, and ran with it. You got it and you ran with it and you're passing it on. So, that I believe in mentorship. And later on, I know we're going to talk about mentorship even more, because I am anxious to hear about all that you do with mentorship.
Okay.
So, yes. What position did you play when you were in college?
I played defensive tackle on the strong side end. So yeah, so a lot of defensive end work too. Yeah.
What would you tell a young man now who is wanting to play on the college level, because you went pretty far?
Yes, yeah. You got to stay consistent. I was the one thing about playing football is you got to focus and you got to want to do it. You got to want it. You got to be serious about it. And then how you be serious about it, your off-season training is very important. The more you train off-season, the better off you are during the season. So think of a workout plan. The best thing is if there's a CrossFit in your area, join it.
Okay.
Because that workout is so intense and it's good for athletes, and it'll help you with your cardio as well as your strength. And those are two things that you need when you're out on the football field. You got to have good cardio and good strength. Yeah.
Great. Yes. And I know that you spent some time overseas. Tell me about.
Well, I worked for a company called Oscon, and back in 2007, I went to Japan.
Japan.
I was invited to go over there for a 10-day training. Plus, I was there, I worked on the line, and Japan is different. I mean, I really love being over there. A lot of respectful people, a lot of interesting things to see and do, but it is so crowded. in Tokyo is crazy crowded with people.
I lived overseas. I was in Europe, but Asia, I would love to go there. It seems like it's very beautiful. The vegetation. I love the culture. I love the fashion.
Yeah. I haven't been to Canada like 3 times. I went up there one time. We did a improvement project, a money-saving project, and we had what we call we went to the Honda Can event. It's where Honda invites all their suppliers up to this Honda Can event. And what you do is you present your cost-saving event, but you're doing it like a play form. So you got to think of a theme, and you're doing it in a play form, and then you perform it, and then you get selected, out of like 50 or 60 some companies, we were placed number 2. So it was,
Wow.
I didn't do anything but oversee it.
Mhm,
But the individuals involved did a really good job, and
mhm.
like I say, we placed number 2 in it, and it was rewarding for them. So yeah.
Well, just the experience, I think that, just having that experience, especially coming from where we grew up,
Oh,
just
oh yeah, yeah,
living
yeah.
overseas taught me a lot. It taught me a
Yeah,
lot. I left right out of high school and I was like 8, well, how was I? I think I was 18, 19 years old
yeah.
on my own, overseas, a new culture. I grew,
Balance.
it was very enlightening. I would never take that experience for granted. It taught me a lot. It made me who I am today, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Hey,
And then
I
in
go ahead.
2011, while working at Oshkosh, I
Mhm.
had an opportunity to move to San Luis Potosi, Mexico.
Oh,
We opened up a plant down there, um, and it was Oshkosh, Mexico. Um, my son was in junior high, so the transition for him was going to be difficult, with the Spanish and stuff like that. So I had a big decision to make.
mhm.
Um, I ended up staying here in Colombia. They offered me a better position here in Colombia, but I did get the opportunity to go down to Mexico and for like 8 days and visit San Luis Potosi, the plant, and what Mexico had to offer, and very interesting.
Yes, yes. Worldwide traveling.
Yeah,
That's it
yeah,
is. Just
yes,
this other cultures and just do and live and believe and food and
yeah,
clothing.
yeah.
Yes. It makes us
Authentic Mexican food in San Luis. Some of the best Mexican restaurants ever.
I have there, but you're making me hungry right now.
Yes, yes.
You know what I want to know?
Yeah.
I want to know what songs or albums did you listen to last year?
Last year I was into, right now here lately I've been into a lot of reggae music.
Reggae.
And that's been my thing for a while, because it's always positive vibrations. The dance hall kind of get kind of hip hop-ish, kind of wild, but we get to the roots and culture, and you listen to some of the guys like old school Greg Isaac, Dennis Brown, Leroy, Freddie McGregor, all the Glenn Washington, Brass Hammond. Brass Hammond to me is like the Marvin Gaye of reggae.
Oh,
He's one of my favorite. He's one of my favorites because he's a really good singer, and
yeah.
he's got some really good music. So yeah, that's I've been into the reggae music.
That sounds that I love reggae myself, but it sounds like you are a student of reggae.
Oh
So that
yeah,
and I love
yeah,
going to reggae events, it's just the vibe and the culture, you're free and just enjoying yourself. Lots of enjoying. Who are your role models?
Well, back when I was a kid, even though I'm not a Steelers fan, Mean Joe Green was always one of my role models because he's one of the strongest, one of the best defensive tackles that I ever seen, play the game. And so, I'm not a Steelers fan by I'm a Chiefs fan, but Mean Joe Green was one of my role models because I played defensive tackle and I studied him a lot, and that's why, kind of stole some of his moves and allowed me to perform on the field, not like him, but somewhat
Mhm,
up to his standard, was
mhm.
was one of my goals. Yeah.
As an example, that's interesting. That's
Yeah.
very interesting because with role models, we get a chance to see what we can achieve. And if someone does it, we can do it. That in a sense, it's inspiring. It's inspiring.
Yeah.
I do role models myself. And I think
Yes.
it's go right back to the mentorship. So we
Yeah.
just have to keep doing what we're doing as far as being the best that we can be, because someone's looking at us, someone's watching us, someone wants to be encouraged, someone needs to be encouraged. So
Yes.
yeah, those role models are definitely needed.
Yeah.
Tell me what inspires you.
Excuse me?
What inspires you?
What inspires me, just being able to, get up every day and knowing that I'm supporting the individuals that I created, my kids, my family, just being able to still come to the gym and do the things I do. And some of the youth looking up to me here in the gym, and they're amazed at some of the things I do here when I'm on the bench press. And they're like, man, how, a lot of them, I tell them my age, they'd be like, you're lying. I said, no, I'm serious. He said, my dream is to be like you when I get your age. And I said, well, just stay consistent and you will be here, So, and I've been in pro fitness since it opened. And I've seen a lot of youth come through here and a lot of young football players, a couple that's probably in the pros now. I don't know. I just haven't seen them anymore, but a lot of youth come through here, and I think I inspired them a lot.
You, as a personal trainer, doing the bodybuilding, and as an athlete, do you stick to a specific diet?
I don't eat beef or pork. I mean, I cut the beef and pork out of my life years ago, and I think the main reason was I had a bad experience with high blood pressure. Heart burns real bad, and a Jamaican friend of mine was like, hey man, he said, just try to cut back on meat. And I said, well man, I can't cut back on all meat. So he said, just try the pork. I tried the pork, still had the heart burns, and he's like, well, just try the beef too. So then eventually I tried the beef and the pork, and
Can't hear. Did you get a phone call? Did you get another phone call?
I got it on Do Not Disturb. I don't know why it's coming through, but I don't need to answer it.
It's okay. Do you want to get back in a frame? Okay, we're back. We're back. When you are in the gym, what motivates you in the gym?
Just like I say, just trying to inspire the youth, man, motivating the youth around me, knowing that, one thing that the gym does for me, it helps me deal with adversity. Anytime I'm having a bad day at work, bad day with family, bad news, anything, a lot of people like to go get drunk, whatever else they like to do to deal with adversity. But I come to the gym and I work out because it helps me, wear myself down, forget about all the bad things that's on my mind. And it's just like a positive movement for me. The whole time I'm here, I'm listening to my reggae music, all good positive vibrations. One thing about reggae music, there's a song that fit every mood, every need that you need, and that's what's inspired me the most.
Well, good. Tell me, what's your favorite equipment?
I don't really have a favorite. I do it all, but as you can see, my strongest is the bench press in my legs. So
the bench press. You were telling me behind the scene. You were telling me about how much you lift.
Right.
And tell me what is that number?
I don't max, but I used to go to 425 once a week. The older you get, your joints are not going to hold up like that. I'm sure I can still do 425. Then I start going to 405 for a while. And I cut back there, and then I start doing, right now I stop at 365, but I start my workout with 225, 10, 245, 10, 275, 10, 295, 10, 315. I try to do it anywhere from 5 to 6 times. And then I do 335 anywhere from 4 to 5 times. And then I do 365 once or twice, and I do a cool down set of 235 for 20 reps, and that's my bench press. And I had a young lady in here that she couldn't do 140, 135, which is 245 plates in a bar. And I told her that find a weight that she can do consistently with a lot of reps, but kind of heavy, but not too heavy. And I said, at the end of the workout, do 20 reps or something every day. And a month later, I came in here and
Mhm.
she was actually lifting those two plates she couldn't lift. She done them 7 times, 7 reps. And then there's another young man that I was working out, as a young man that I was working out with named Chris Crum. He, when we first started working out together about 3 years ago, he could barely, about 5 years ago, he could barely do 245. Just last month, he was able to do 355 on the bench. So it's very inspiring to see, people join me in the gym and they'll work out with me for about a week or two, sometimes a month, but then they'll veer off and take that workout plan with them. And then they'll come back with the results, which is very inspiring to me to keep doing what I'm doing. Yeah.
Because you're getting that progress. That's amazing. That's what it's about.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you have experienced a personal challenge in your life.
Yes, I did. I ended up.
Time in your life that you had.
Yeah, there was a time that they always say the choices you make inform the trails you take, and some choices I made too, kind of being addicted to money and different things where being a college graduate, you don't never allow yourself to veer off into the habits of others, and I did, and it caused me to go away to an in-house treatment center facility for the Department of Correction for 22 months, but since my return, while I was there, my main goal was to habilitate. And by habilitating myself, I had to strengthen my mind and my body physically so that when I came home, I was more prepared to deal with society on a positive level. And that's what I've been doing ever since. So all the opportunities as far as employment-wise, hats off to Oshcon for allowing me to come in as a supervisor and then advance into a manager, and all the opportunities they gave me to go out of the country, and visit various places that I probably would never been able to go on my own because of the things that I brought to the company. Since then, I left that company, went to another company, which was more beneficial to me financially, a place called Hubble. In St. Clair, Missouri, and these people are golden. They are golden to people. They really take care of their employees and they support their employees a lot. And I've been nothing but appreciative and I love everything they did for me. To help me support my family even better than I did when I was at Oshcon.
Okay, so tell me, what would you say to someone who's been in your position, who has had a low and experience such as being incarcerated? Is that what it was, sort of?
Yes,
okay.
Yes, it was, yes.
And coming out and being able to get back on their feet, that's not easy. What kind of support do you have, and what kind of advice would you give?
The thing is, you got to focus on you. When you come home, the main focus is on you. It's up to you to do you and make sure you take care of you. My goal was when I came home was, I knew I had a family, but first I had to get myself together. If I wasn't, so yeah, I had to focus on me when I came home, and I knew that there's goals I had to set for me. You have to set goals for yourself. Don't try to please other people, because your goals, once you set your goals and you get to where you want to be financially and mentally, then you're going to be able to support people easier. And that's what I had to do. I knew that I need to get out. I had to get a good job, had to support my family, but I had to make sure I was ready to do that. So I had to make sure I set my goals and strive and be consistent. And that's what I was. I was consistent on what I want, because I knew the end results was I was going to be able to provide for my family, and I hadn't disappointed them since I've been home.
So did you find that it was hard?
In the beginning, I did, because as anyone, when you're coming out of a facility, your opportunities are slim. People are not trying to give you a chance. So pretty much it's almost who that can get you into places that will help you, prove yourself. And that's the thing. Once someone gets you into a place, prove yourself. Don't take anyone for granted and thinking that, yeah, my buddy's the boss man, he got me a job, I'm good. No, you're not good. You have to go in there and prove yourself. You want to be that boss. You want to be your buddy. You want to be that boss. You know, you have to prove to yourself that the sky is the limit. There's no stopping you on what you want to do, you know, and that's what I had to do. I had to come in and set my goals. I was already strengthened my mind mentally while I was incarcerated. So when I came home, I knew what I had to do, and I followed those goals. I followed those dreams, and been blessed ever since. So.
Well, I really appreciate you sharing that, because that is an intimate, you know, space for a lot of people, and it's not easy to share. But I do want to ask you one more question about it. How do you deal with the stress, or how did you deal with the stress? I mean, I would think it'd be stressful, right?
Yes, it is. Well, my thing is, you know, you never give up. And one place that I would always go is my home away from home. And that's right here at Pro Fitness Gym.
Okay.
That's my stress reliever. It's always been, I don't turn to alcohol. I don't turn to drugs. I turn to Pro Fitness. You know, you know, you got to find something that's positive like that. Find a training plan. You know, find a place, a facility you can go train and get your mind. Just isolate yourself. Put your earphones on and do train. And it's so relaxing. You know, because one thing you're gonna do, you're gonna wear yourself out. So you're not gonna want to do anything when you leave the gym.
Yeah. Well,
You got to find an activity. So.
Obviously it worked for you, and you have turned around and been, you know, a positive figure for so many. And I know that there is others that you have not mentioned. So I know that you do personal training now. How can someone, maybe, you know, at any stage of their life, you know, a female like myself who tries to stay fit, or someone who just heard what we said about your story and is motivated and inspired, how do they get a hold of you to be able to have you pull them in and share with them your wisdom, and also your professional physical training that you offer?
If they're in Columbia, Missouri, or surrounding areas, they can come to Pro Fitness. I'm usually here every day between 3 and 3:30, Monday through Thursday. I'm only 4 days a week. I'm getting old. I can't do those 5, 6 days again. I need 3 days of healing, you know, because I'm breaking my body down for 4 days. So I need 3 days to heal back up so I can be back ready on Monday and start all over again. So I'm in here at Pro Fitness from between 3 and 3:30 every day, unless I have to work late. But that's my average time of being here. I also have an email address, which is r.gomez0858@gmail.com. Reach out to me. We can share information. Once you come out to the gym, meet up with me, and then we can go further as far as personal information about myself and stuff, and how we can get these things started.
Sounds good. This has been so inspiring. I really appreciate you on so many levels. You know, it's just good to see you again. I am here. You're in Missouri, and you're making me miss home, and that we do in Missouri. You know, I know that the back of my ball's coming up, so I can't wait to be a part of that and see everyone. Robert, again, thank you so much. We are with Clark TV, and we appreciate Clark TV giving us this time to me to host my show, The Anna Linzie Show. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.